All right, you clicked this video to find out what is medical coding. Well, what is it exactly? Let's find out together. As a medical coder, you must have the ability to research. But don't let that scare you though, because that's an easy skill. Matter of fact, you're researching right now because you clicked on this video. All right, so we're going to Google right now and we're going to look up what's a medical coder. So we're going to go on the AAPC website to get the definition of a medical coder. So right here, what is medical coding? Medical coding is the transformation of healthcare diagnosis procedures, medical services, and equipment into universal medical alphanumeric codes. The diagnosis and procedure codes are taken from medical record documentation, such as a transcription of physician's notes, laboratory and radiologic results, etc. Medical coding professionals help ensure the codes are applied correctly during the medical billing process, which includes abstracting the information from documentation, assigning the appropriate codes, and creating a claim to be paid by insurance carriers. Every medical condition has a code. Every medical instrument used for a medical service has a code. I realized when I was applying for medical coding jobs, there are medical biller remote jobs out there. Interested in remote medical billing positions? Let's see if we can find some remote medical biller jobs posted. So right here, posted on ZipRecruiter, it's a medical biller work from home job. Here go another one. A healthcare billing specialist work from home. Must be commutable. Let's click on that one. So this job is for LabCorp. So the responsibilities that they have here is that you must research, translate, and analyze routine front-end billing issues, research, translate, and update demographic data to ensure prompt payment from customers, resolve system issues from daily reports to determine appropriate resolution action, and that's about it. That's all that they have posted. So let's read more and see what's required for this position. So it says a high school diploma or equivalent, associate's degree, or medical coding and billing certification a plus. So, oh, and listen, it also says 1 year billing experience a plus, but not required. So basically, what I get from this position when I'm looking at it, it's telling me that I can have an associate's degree, I can have a medical coding certification. It said it's a plus, it's an add-on. You don't necessarily have to have it. Now, would you be in a better situation if you had it? Yeah, but on here, they're not really saying that you have to. 1 year billing experience a plus, but not required. Ability to work and learn in a fast-paced environment. Schedule is Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. That sounds like a pretty cool position to me. Okay, let's look at this one. Now, of course, whatever area that you live in, the positions posted may vary. But right here it says Franklin, Tennessee, start date ASAP, only one opening, $18 an hour, contract to hire. On this one, you must have 1 year in healthcare billing experience. Experience in Medicare and Medicaid. Experience in UB04 forms. Of course, a positive and outgoing personality like mine. An ability to maintain excellent job attendance. All medical coder jobs are not remote. Some medical coders work in the office full-time. Some may work a few days in the office and a few days at home in a week. And of course, there are some that are fully remote, like me. Let's look for some remote medical coder positions online. There are plenty remote medical coding positions online, especially with the pandemic situation. Wow, look at this. Amazing. Certified professional medical coder remote, $28 to $30 an hour. Let's click this one. I want to see what this one is about. May require a lot of experience though. Here are the essential functions, and here are the required certifications needed for this position. And here you must have a minimum of 5 years of professional fee coding experience. Now remember, in my second video posted on this channel, we discussed that even if it does say 5 years experience, you're gonna apply anyway. There's a possibility that they are looking for someone with a fresh brain who doesn't have any bad habits. Basically, they don't have to undo anything that you're used to doing as a coder. They can just take you and explain to you how to code for their organization. And 2 hiring managers told me that. Matter of fact, three hiring managers, the job that I work for now, I was told that as well. Having someone who has a fresh brain is sometimes preferred. Now, I'm not saying that it's always preferred. There are mixed feelings on this. Some employers feel that you must have the experience. So keep that in mind. So let's see if we can find some medical coder positions that does not require any experience. So here, apprentice inpatient coder. Let's look at this one. So of course you can read through all this on your own time, but it's saying that you must have a high school diploma or a GED. You must successfully complete their ICD-10 training and skill assessment. Prior ICD-10 coding experience preferred but not required. Did you hear that? Preferred but not required. So that was just one. Let's see if I can change up the way that I typed in the search, because this is the only thing that came up. Let me type in medical coding, remote medical coder, no experience. Let's see what happens. This position here is a coding specialist remote position, and when you scroll down to the qualifications, high school diploma or general education degree, GED, and 0 to 2 years of related experience. I'm going to repeat that. 0 to 2 years of related experience. There you have it. Let's look at the certifications that they are requiring for this position. A CPC, a CPCH, CCS, CCSP, or RHIT certificates will be considered. Another tip, if you are having trouble finding a medical coder job, consider getting your resume professionally written. I did that. I truly believe that my resume helped me get my job. Let's say that you have decided to become a medical coder, but you're confused about what certification to start out with. If you want to go the college route, you can get either an RHIA or an RHIT. An RHIA is a Registered Health Information Administrator. An RHIA is a management position. Now, an RHIT, which stands for Registered Health Information Technician, and it is just that, a technical position. It takes about 2 years to become an RHIT. And an RHIT certification, at least an associate's degree in health information management or a related field. After obtaining a bachelor's degree, when you're pursuing your RHIA, you must pass an exam, and that's for the RHIT and the RHIA. And those exams are administered by Ahima. Okay, say you're like me and you're like, I don't have that kind of time. You can get a certification from the AAPC, which stands for American Academy of Professional Coders. The second entity that you can get a certification from is Ahima, which we just discussed previously. And Ahima stands for American Health Information Management Association. Still confused? Well, if you are an entry-level coder, both companies have a certification for the entry-level coder. All right, let's hold that thought. How do you get the knowledge to test with the AAPC or Ahima? The entry-level certification offered by the AAPC is a CPC, which stands for Certified Professional Coder. The entry-level certification offered by Ahima is a CCA, which stands for Certified Coding Associate. Those two will allow you to get into coding faster. Now, the AAPC has a training course to obtain a CPC, but we need to touch on that. So let's look up the AAPC real quick and research the CPC certification. So when you go on the AAPC website, here's a section that tells you how to prepare for a CPC. Me as a medical coder, if I don't know just off my brain what code it is, then I have to research. So I'm in my book, I'm looking online, I'm looking at different websites to get a better understanding. Once I've exhausted all efforts, and I mean exhausted all efforts, that's when I will reach out to upper management. However, there are times that you will have to just be confident in your coding. In other words, stand on your own 2 feet. and trust your knowledge. Now, the AAPC offers a preparation course. There are also schools out there that can help you prepare for a CPC certification. Whomever you pick to teach you coding is 100% your decision and will require research. Make sure that you look at the reviews of the program to make sure that it's right for you. You must do your own research before you exchange any money for a product. Sign up with whomever you choose at your own risk. Now, let's talk more about the CPC certification. You may or may not have an A on your certification, and it will just be listed as a CPC. When I got certified, I had an A on my certification, which I recently got removed about a month or two ago. Make sure that you do your research on the AAPC and Ahima to figure out which certification that you want to start out with. Once you get training to test for a CPC or a CCA certification, you must test with the AAPC in order to get a CPC certification. And if you decide to get a CCA, then you must pass the exam with Ahima in order to obtain their certification. So now, who do you choose to get a certification from? Well, that's entirely up to you. But I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'll tell you how I made my decision. Now, I watched a plethora of videos on YouTube, and make sure you check out Codemaster Coach's channel. I believe she has 2 channels. She has great information in her videos. And lastly, what I did, I looked at job postings. I looked to see what certification these companies wanted. And when I checked, a lot of them wanted a CPC. Now, there are some that also want a CCA. I'm not telling you not to get a CCA. I'm telling you why I made my decision to get a CPC. At the time when I did my research, I found a lot of positions looking for a CPC in my area. Now, in your area, maybe a CCA is mostly preferred. Now, will you get a remote coding position as a fresh new coder? That is not a guarantee, but it's possible because it happened to me. There are plenty of coding groups on Facebook. Someone asked in one of those groups who was able to land a remote coding position as their first coder job. And there were people in that group who landed a remote coding position as their first job, but that's not a guarantee. That is not the story for everyone. So remember, being a medical coder requires you to be a researcher. And please know that I am not ignoring your questions. I just needed enough to answer them in a video. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video. Now please let me know in the comment section if this video was helpful to you. I won't know unless you tell me. So don't be a stranger. Go on and shoot down to the comment section. Oh, and hit that subscribe button. So this concludes this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.